Remember Perfect Room? Well, this time they're back it again with Perfect Plate, and they packed this one with features. Let's listen how it sounds. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixbusTv. Hope you're having a great day. Before we start, please check the info box down below for my mixing courses on ProMix Academy, free plugins, discounts, special offers, and if the videos are helping you, you want to support the channel. But most important, you want access to the all-new premium content, in-depth mix and mastering videos and courses. Click the join button down here. See all the perks of becoming a MixbusTv member, which includes mix consultations with me via Skype or email. Let's get to the video. I think I used Perfect Room on all of my mixes since the day that I got it. The technology that drives that plugin is called Reverb, and it's at the core of the new Perfect Plate by Denise Audio. Names aside, they really have a different approach and a different way to make reverbs, and it shows. This one is a plate, and they really packed it with so many features. There are so many different ways in which you can color the sound and modulate it and warp it and distort it and pan it inside the plugin itself. You won't probably need anything else after. At first glance, here are the highlights of Perfect Plate. Creative control over the plate's coloration, character, and movement with the 5 aspects that determine a plate sound. You can see up here you have slow XL, slow, medium, fast, and fast XL. These 3 functions control the plate behavior itself. How long does it take to react to an incoming signal? How quickly it vibrates? For how long it vibrates? What's the tone of it? And the dampening. As in Perfect Room, we have the split button for super wide stereo effects, and then the flip button for reverse reverb in place. On the main panel, we have the regular control, input, output, mix, HPF, LPF, pre-delay, tail, and width, and then these 5 different functions to make your plate either crazy or just fit in the mix perfectly. And here you have a full parametric EQ to shape the sound of the effect itself. Let's start passing audio through it. Let's hear how it sounds. Then we'll start playing with all the additional effects. Piano first. It sounds pretty good right away, as in for Perfect Room. I mean, this new technology that they are using, it really makes a difference. It makes the reverb sound like a part of the original source sounds itself, as opposed to being added to the source. Now, keep in mind that this is an early release, so few things could change in the final version of it, and Perfect Plate XL will come in 2 versions. Perfect Plate and Perfect Plate XL. Let's start playing with the plate physics. So right now I'm in slow. Let's try super fast. You hear how this control alone changes so much. The size, the decay, the way it behaves, the way it reacts to the incoming signal. Very intimate with the fast settings and larger than life, almost hall-like with the slow settings. Let's try the natural. I'm gonna stay with fast for this, and let's try dark. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of natural. Same for Perfect Room. For special effects and within a mix, you can never tell. That it's actually very useful to have the different colors, but I'm a big fan of natural. Let's start playing with the additional effect. So first one is drive. Let's add some saturation to it, and we have 4 actually. type of saturation: tape, warp, bite, and buzz. The makeup gain, and if you want the saturation to be pre or post. I'm gonna drive it 100% here so we can really hear what it does, because that's a cool thing. You can set the percentage for each and every individual type of saturation, and then you have the global mix slider. So it adds a nice color for sure. Let's back it up a bit. Then we have the rotate. Let me change source for this. In the rotate tab, we have vibrato, tremolo in percentage, then shape. This is the waveform that drives the oscillation. It can be sine, sine inverted, saw, saw inverted, square, square inverted, triangle, and triangle inverted. A filter, which is a resonant filter, a pan, the offset for left and right, the time of the oscillation. So once you set your waveform, let's say it's a sine, how long is the sine? 1 bar, half a bar, a quarter of a bar. The fill can be straight, triplets, or dotted, really cool for like especially hip hop and trap. And then how smooth. All right, let's play with this. That is very cool. I love the tremolo. I love that you have the timing features to modulate this one. Let's change sample. Let's try the reverse function on it. That is very cool. Must be super cool on guitars and vocals. Let's try the detune function on it. It sounds extremely lush and natural. I really love it. And of course, it also has a resizable GUI, which is always cool. It's pretty cool what you can create with all these combination of effects on a pretty plain and simple sound like this. Before trying it on vocal and some acoustic instrument, there's one function that we didn't touch, and it's the resonance. So this one basically will turn, if you exaggerate anything, into a strange sci-fi synth sound. You have 1, 2, 3 frequencies to pick from, and then the resonance and the gain for each one. So cool. As you can see here, you have, instead of having the hertz in the frequencies sliders, you have the note, because it's always a good idea to tune those resonances on the right frequency, on the right note, in tune with whatever you're playing. Otherwise, you heard is going to be sounding not quite right if you don't set it right. Pretty cool features to have, by the way. I'm exaggerating to have you listen to what it does. But if used subtly, is just another way to color and make your plate sound like weird and unique. Acoustic guitar. Pay attention to how just changing the slope up here, I'm going to go from one extreme to another, 12 to 48, changes the sound of the plate, the effect itself. One function that we didn't play with yet is the ducker. This is basically a sidechain compressor built in the effect, so the level of the effect is ducked down when the dry signal plays. All right, for this kind of effects, remember the most important thing is always the release, because too long of a release and the effect will never come up. Too fast is gonna be stuttery and jittery. When you found the right groove, then you go back to the ducker slider and you just blend as much as you want. Let's try it on a vocal.
All I ever wanted was to stand my ground. Big words to confuse and spin your mind around. But every little step just takes me further down. I found my soul just waiting in the lost and found. Babe, it's nothing you did, so stop talking stupid. We gave it a taste, now it's done. I'm out for self-healing. You ain't got that feeling. I am the one that I love.
Very cool, the pan effects, and this whole rotate section here is pretty cool.
All I ever wanted was to stand my ground. Big words to confuse and spin your mind around. But every little step just takes me further down. I found my soul just waiting in the lost and found. Babe, it's nothing you did, so stop talking stupid. We gave it a taste, now it's done.
And it's funny, even if you add all these effects on, it still sound very, very natural. I really like how Denise does reverbs.
But every little step just takes me further down. I found my soul just waiting in the lost and found.
This was, of course, that reverse effect built in. It's, again, a winner for Denise Audio. This is Perfect Plate XL. Like I said, this is an early release, and it will come in 2 versions, Perfect Plate and Perfect Plate XL. I think this is another keeper. It's definitely the most advanced place reverb that I've ever seen, with all the control that you have and the added effect on top of it. And I love stuff like that because, you know, my delays and my reverbs, usually I add always some other effects on it, whether it's saturation, choruses, various modulation, and 9 times out of 10 a ducker, so a sidechain plugin with the dry signal. You have everything here in one plugin, so it's really cool. Let's try it on a loop really quick. It definitely creates a lot of depth even on something like this, and it still sounds natural. But this is it for this video. This was Perfect Plate XL, the new plate reverb from Denise Audio. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like. Link is going to be in the info box down below. Follow MixbusTv on Instagram and Facebook. There's going to be a lot of news and a lot of announcement in there. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell. It helps the channel a lot. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this new plugin. Stay safe and see you next time.